Well, hi, folks. Oh, let's see. Christy's in here. Chris Hansen. Are you the reporter, Chris Hansen? Grandma Rose. Andy's backyard. No, you're not first tonight. Ah, Brenda. Duncan 1900 Homestead. Good evening. White picket fence. How you doing? Goodness. Trouble? Andy?
No, not him.
Not him? So, we're still, at least as I am, still recuperating from our trip.
He's more blonde, and this Chris Hansen is half Asian. Nope, not the right one.
Oh.
But hey,
Okay.
Whatever works.
So, Chris, do you have a channel under your name? I haven't gone and checked, and I'm not in a good position to do that.
Is it snowing there, Brenda? It's snowing here. Bah humbug.
Okay, Grandma, you go close up the chicken coop. Don't want the chickens getting out late at night.
No, Chris doesn't have any. He's a looker, I think.
Well,
He's subscribed to us, though.
Well, we certainly thank him for being subscribed to us.
And Dirt Pat Chubbin. That's another good one.
It's...
Andy, hush.
I bet. Because you're saying people I'm not seeing. Grandpa's place. Daniel.
Daniel, that was for you. Brenda, we don't want snow either, but it's here. Happy spring.
Yeah, they're calling for 2 to 4 inches tonight.
Oh, yeah. Tornadoes last night in Alabama. I saw that. Oh, Chris is a gardener. You can come over here. I have a garden you can work on.
But you have to shovel the snow off of it.
You can't find it right now, but it's back there.
So I take it Christy lives in Alabama. Or is she just visiting?
I think she lives in Alabama.
She's an Alabama resident.
You met her on Sunday.
And I have to apologize. I met somebody. I'm not putting.
Oh no, I do understand.
I'm not putting a face with the name, but I recognize the name.
Grandpa's still numb. Chris Hansen planted tomatoes and peppers.
Well,
what state are you in, Chris? Andy's in the state of confusion. Hi, Michael Gross. How are you? We're going to... Lessons in what, though, Daniel?
Ontario, Oregon.
Yeah. Oh, Houston, Texas. No wonder you're planting.
Good heavens. Well, you folks can send us a little bit of that warm weather, but as the summer moves on, you can just take it right back.
Well, Rusty said it was 85 yesterday, and he's like, what, half an hour from Wiggins?
Something like that.
Yeah. I can't teach you Filmora. I don't know Filmora. It's the guy next to me that does it.
So.
There's Mr. Rusty Bells. I knew he had to be here. Oh, excuse me, 81. Hey, Deborah. Did they get close to you, Deborah? Okay, Brenda. Tell me the secret how to do it. Rusty and me need to know. Yeah, you're a lurker. That's right.
So what would y'all like to talk about tonight? You having any
We are talking.
any issues with your video editing, or want to pick up on maybe
Come on, folks, stump him.
stump me? Yeah, stump me.
Where were you last night, June? We were looking for you, sweetheart.
Oh, and before I go any further, we had
The grandpa has a good thing conversation. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
well, Grandpa, since you were in the stream last night, I want to know if the audio is better here tonight, because I worked on it here today. Yeah, June's ears should have been burning last night. We were waiting for her to call in, and it was Doug.
Yeah. Oh, no background noise. Sound is good.
Great. That's what we were hoping for.
No white noise, no purple noise, no black noise.
White picket fence, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Probably using it a VHS tape.
The program that we use here frequently, and I'm gonna preface this here, for single camera videos, is Filmora. It's relatively inexpensive. You buy it once and you're done. You get all the upgrades they come out with. They frequently have free add-ons. There are also, of course, this is how they make their money. They try to entice you with paid add-ons and various things like that, what they call feature packs. Or, well, here, let me just bring this other screen up.
Rusty, isn't it Michael Keaton? June has an issue.
June has an issue.
Yep.
I don't know what that issue is unless
They're
you tell me.
spicy.
Well, hello.
I'm going to try those biscuits spicy. And if I eat them all, I'm going to blame you. I knew she'd say go to Missouri.
Go to Missouri.
How did I know that would be it?
I don't have any idea.
Chris's special effects too, I imagine compatible with PC, Mac, tablets, etc. There's another one.
Those biscuits are bad news. So good.
Yeah, they look like bad news spicy.
Grandpa's place. I have to admit to you, I have not checked it out yet. I just time has been crazy here. We worked very hard on getting those all those plaques done before the conference that nobody knew we were bringing.
Oh, that's right. I got to get one out to him too.
And so I have not looked at it.
Ooh.
When we got home here and I started
Jason.
unloading the computer stuff, I only had 2 gig of free space on the hard drive, so I had to quickly shuffle stuff, get some room back. So.
Ooh. College close to Deborah was destroyed. Oh my gosh.
Jason, how are you this evening? Thank you for stopping by. So anyway, the thumbnail you all saw on the YouTube thing, I just made that in a couple seconds here on Filmora, and the way that was done, just so you can see here how easy it is. I put in a background. Well, let's just get rid of that. We don't need that. But I just put in a solid background.
June wants to know how she can make Filmora turn her laptop into new updated laptop. I thought she just got a new laptop.
I thought she did too. But anyway, I'll just do it again over here. They have some sample color boards within Filmora. They don't have a lot of them. They don't have a lot. They don't have all the colors in the rainbow in here. But if you have a photo editing program, you can make a blank screen, either graduated in color, solid colors, pretty much any way you want to do it. And you can import it into this, or you can just go out and grab a color, put it there. If I go back up here, I think.
What year's the green truck?
2003. Yeah, here's a couple custom colors that I made for various projects or backgrounds. You can do that in any photo editing program. You can do it in Paint. And please keep in mind that for the purposes of my discussion here, we are talking Windows. I do not have an Apple. I do not have Linux anymore.
I have bananas out in the fridge.
You have bananas?
Yeah.
Well, I use Voice Meter Banana, which is a mixing program for these streams.
Windows 7? Oy vey.
Oh, Windows 7 is fine.
It's old, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's been Windows 8, and then there was an update there, and then Windows 10, so it's getting to be, but I'm sure there's still people using XP. Anyway, you can, I started out with the graduated default sample color, and I'll just do it again right over here. I'll pull it out here. So in this timeline, I have this as a blank background color. So I wanted to add something to it on top of the background. So they have filters, overlays, elements, and I believe, yeah, I just grabbed one of these. They have 3 of them here that indicate snow on them.
June, you're crazy.
So, and this is not the one I used. I used Snow 3, but we'll pull this one down. So we'll put that underneath. And then as this plays over it, you can see how it brings up the snow elements. So we'll just stop it right here. Then I went in and I added the text. And I've got a few default ones that I use here that I've modified. And what did I say on the thumbnail? I don't remember, but the snow is here.
Snowing again or something.
Snowing again.
Bubby's Matzah cake? Where'd you get that from?
That was from an earlier video we did.
It had to be last year.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's old like me.
Because I'm going to make that next week.
Snow is here, edit some videos. I sometimes save these as a template, ones that I've worked out where I've done the writing the way I like to and can just jump back into them. If you go to the advanced properties here, you can add more text. So that added another entire line. And I'm going to change the size of this one. And again, I'm doing this just so you can see, just for demonstration purposes. And you can type in smaller type. You can take the typeset and you can spread it apart. And of course, you can center it on your screen. And then I added a picture here of, well, it doesn't matter. I added a picture of Filmora. So you can find it. Must have passed it. Freedom. Here we go. This is one that I modified in an editing program. So we add that. There's other things you can add. You can add shapes. And of course, you can change the color of those. It does have a border around it. Let's make it stand out a little bit more. We'll increase the width. It's got a slight blur to it. We can take the blur away, have it very sharp, or we can increase that. The opacity is another area we can increase or take away. And at this point, these items that I just added, the smaller type, the Filmora image, the arrow, those are not animated in any way at this time. So as this plays through the title,
Chris is like, you can make your own cartoon and superimpose that into your live stream, your video, I imagine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So for where it says smaller type that we put in here, we'll just highlight that. Let's go into animation and we'll make it drop down in from the top. So now when we play it, you can see how it drops down in. You can also change when things happen. So we'll bring it back here. And of course that brings the smaller type in much later. We can, for the image, have it fly in and expand out for the arrow. We'll have it drop in. So now when you play this as a video, you can see how this all comes together. I go, okay, I like that. So now we'll come in here and we'll just back the timeline up a little bit and play it. You can see how it falls together. And one of the things you can do with Filmora or most any editing program is you can take a snapshot of the video. So if I run this through and I say I like it right there, with Filmora you have the little camera icon here. I'll just take a snapshot of that. And if you haven't changed the locations where you install files, the default location is in the Documents folder, going down to the Wondershare Filmora directory, expand that, go into User Source, and then Snapshots. And they just put them in order. So this is the snapshot we just created. And this is the perfect size to upload as a thumbnail. So it's very easy to do thumbnails. And that's how I created a thumbnail for tonight's little deal here. Now, hopefully I didn't go too awful quick across that. I know I've had some people ask me about the thumbnails. How do they do them? You can also, let me do this. Let's do a new project. Nope, don't want to save the changes. If you have let's see, what can I grab here?
Chris says, I don't even know what a thumbnail is, but I got an idea.
All right, well, your thumbnail is let me do this. These are thumbnails. These are thumbnails. This is what you get when you start browsing and looking through YouTube. And of course, that's the standard YouTube display. They have a home display based on your sign-in, and of course, you can also do it based on your subscriptions. There's a lot of people. Well, look at this. Spicy's doing a test stream right now, live. I thought he was in our chat. Can you believe that?
With Rusty, anything is possible.
No, this is Spicy.
Oh, Spicy.
Yeah, and he's got 13 people watching it. Is he still in here?
He was.
So, Fundamental Home is doing a live stream right now, Rolling Through Life, Dark Matter, The Simple Joys, My New Me, Chinaberry.
Backwards Raised doesn't have a live stream right now.
Really?
No, their live streams are on Wednesday or Thursday, isn't it? Yeah, I just checked. He's not online. So it's fibbing to you.
No, it's not. Look here.
I just looked.
I'm on.
On his?
Maybe
Yes.
FLP, maybe I was, man, because
I'll be darned. How come I can't find it?
I don't
like
know.
I said, I've never seen it now.
Southern
the,
Arc's in there.
the
and-
upload button is new.
So I don't know if I'm
Like
supposed to
the
be
upload a video.
rebroadcasting his live streams. I'll get back out of that. But let's go back into.
Oh, there is. It's a test stream.
Yeah. I'm just going to pull up one of these videos. This is just raw footage. Pull it down in there.
Homestead, y'all, if y'all don't know, 2 PM Homestead right now has a live stream going on. So don't stay on my live stream and miss theirs because
You better turn that down, huh?
I did.
Okay. So this was at the spring gathering, and audio quality of this is poor, to say the least. Just simply because there's so much noise. It's a big room, hard walls, and when you get 200-300 people into a room, there's just a lot of noise because everybody's talking as you expect. So I'll just play a little bit of this. Guessing you guys can hear that okay. But let's suppose that I want to see something in the stream here that I want to use as a thumbnail. Maybe I see somebody in here that I recognized. Here we go. We'll get Sherry from 7D Farm because she's in the screen here. So if I come right in here and do a right click, I can go into freeze frame. That will actually split the video and insert a snapshot, which you will find in the same area that I showed you. And the default setting is 5 seconds. So we have a 5-second snapshot in here with no sound. So go back here, we'll play the sound, no sound, and it freezes. Picks up right where it left off. So now, and all I did there was I said, squish the entire video into this one frame, so I'm not, into one screen, so I'm not scrolling across it. And I'm going to cut some of this out, just because it is so long. Okay, right here is our thing. What did I do? Obviously something was, there we go, I think I saw it. And of course you can back up with Filmora. There's my snapshot. I'm going to cut the video here, and I'm going to take this last part of the video and just get rid of it, so we have a smaller file here to work with. And it's gone. We'll stretch this across the screen. I can take this snapshot and I can copy it, and I'm going to drop it in right at the very beginning. So I'll just paste it in. I'll get rid of it from back here. So now when you start the video, you have, by default it's 5 seconds, but you can change that duration to anything you want. and I'm going to make it 10 seconds just to demonstrate that. So now you have a still image at the beginning of your video. That's there for 10 seconds. And what this allows you to do is you can put in a title. And we'll just call this live at the BATHURING. Go to advanced. I'm just going to remove the second part of this like such. Let's make the lettering pop a little more. So we'll change the color of the lettering. We'll put a border around it. And stretch the lettering out just a little bit. Center it. And say, okay. And again, the default.
Kelly is asking, does Filmora allow you to crop the snapshot, zoom, and add text to use as a thumbnail?
The snapshot is a thumbnail already. The snapshot is a thumbnail already. Yes, you can modify the snapshot. And that's, in essence, that's what we're doing right now. I'm adding this lettering to the snapshot. We're going to go a step further here. Let's put a filter over top of it. Now the light leaks, I think you can see. Typically, I don't know how it's going to sound, but I'm just going to add some sound here at the beginning. The easiest way to add the sound is to bring in a sound file, drop it down in, and you want that sound to stop at the end of your introduction, if you would. So if you bring your sound file in, lay the whole entire thing over, go to the clip right after where you want it to start. In other words, this is the first part of the video. That lines it up perfectly. Highlight your sound and cut it. Now if you want sound at the end of your video, you can, and to pick up where you just left off, you can just drag it on over. Now typically you probably would want to fade out the sound. I generally do my fade outs at about a second, 0.96 seconds. And I'll just leave everything else at the default for these purposes. Let me see if I can monitor it that way. So now when I play this, and No, I didn't hear the monitor, so let me I don't know if I dare do this for very long. Okay, let's see. Okay, so there you have an idea as to what you do. And if I'm talking funny, honey, it's because I'm hearing myself. So let me turn off the monitor.
Kelly says, does Filmora allow cropping and sharpening? It say you wanted to show 70 up closer without the pixelization, and then filters, text, etc.
Okay.
It's just she's asking, does it allow cropping
Yes.
and sharpening?
Yes. And they have a real nice auto enhance tool which instantly sharpens either the video or picture that you just had.
Chris, that's cute.
You can go in and you can change the contrast, change the saturation, tint, the duration, everything like that. And they have a crop and zoom. And it works like this. They have where you do the crop and zooms on the left, it shows you what you're going to get on the right. So we'll come over here and we'll do this. And of course, I can take this and picture it over any part of this, but since she specifically asked about Sherry, we'll put it right there. I like to keep it on the constraints of a 16:9 format because that's a full screen format for YouTube. However, you can make it anything you want, and of course, then you would just have black around the edges. So we'll say okay there. So now what we've done is change it to look like this. The transitions allow you to go from your still or opening input. Let's just use this one. Just simply drop that over. Different way to jump into the video, and there are a lot of these. There's 225 different transitions, and I think I need to say at this time that if you go by Filmora, you may not have 225. I've run the program for over a year, and when they have updates, you get more things, and for the most part, you don't lose things you previously had. So it works out pretty well, and you just kind of keep building. So the longer you have it and keep it updated, the better it gets. If you didn't like that transition, drag another one over top of it. You see what it looks like. would like to have the sound fade in, you can fade in over about a second. So now we'll actually have the sound fade out from the music and fade in from the actual amplifier. So that gives you a couple ideas, different things you can do with it. Did I answer? Who was it that was asking those questions about the cropping and
Kelly.
Kelly? Did I sufficiently answer your question on the cropping and zooming? Okay. Well, let's do this. Okay. I'll turn my phone on here. If anybody'd like to call in, ask a question directly, maybe share with others some different things you have learned how to do, and to help other people with their endeavors on doing the video. So feel free to call in if you like. I see lizards on the screen.
I didn't say a word. Just wait till July.
And the other thing I want to mention with the Filmora is, I believe it records the last 50 steps. I could be incorrect on that. But if you've done something that you're not sure of, it's not what you want to do, you can keep going back. See how far back I can go. I can go back to this far right here. So I don't know how many clicks that was. It wasn't 50. So maybe 20 steps. See if they have a place here. Okay, these are all, I generally like to use all the default settings when I'm installing the software. It simply makes it easier for me to work with other people, because if most people will use a default installation.
There's something in that room. God damn it.
We have a mouse the size of the cat running around in here somewhere. Anyway, she's not happy about that. I'm not either.
It's somewhere in our bedroom.
It's in our bedroom. So anyway, I use the default installations because that way when I'm talking with somebody one-on-one, if they've installed a default, I know where to go to grab the files and so forth. Mountain Mama, I don't think it's a rat. I think it infiltrated our house when we were down in Mississippi. I haven't seen it, but you can hear it 2 rooms away, so that doesn't mean a whole lot.
Pick her up and put her in my bedroom, honey.
I know a great exterminator.
Sitting in there. That was pantry when I went down home to my bedroom.
No, the dogs don't mouse. They would probably just step on it.
She'll find it sooner or later. Hopefully. That should be close. Turn off the light.
We do have a couple cats, but they're outdoor cats. And so for like tonight, one's been brought in to run around the room a little bit. Yeah, we have a couple cats, Melissa. No, that's not Melissa. I'm sorry, Mountain Mama. Mama, we have a couple cats. The program is not that expensive. Let me the lifetime license is what I recommend. So it's currently $60. It's been that price for a while. When I first bought the program, they did the same sort of thing here where they give you the quote-unquote $10 discount, but it was $50. So it has gone up $10. But that's a one-time fee. That's for one PC. It's for personal use. It's not, if you're running a business editing videos for other people, it's not for that. They have a multi-user license, and that's all personal. If it's for business, well, and it's volume licensing, and lifetime is $120. And students, I believe, because I did ask this once before, you pretty much just have to email them, but it's considerably cheaper. And again, it's based on how many, but like a half dozen or something, you get 60% off the personal use price. For probably everybody in the room, this is what you want. You want to go with the lifetime license. And what that does, you can download the quote-unquote free version. It is the same program. It gives you the ability to create everything, but it will stick a watermark in it. So if you publish it, you have it, of course, advertising that it is Wondershare Filmora, and it's just, that's not where you want to be. But $60, that doesn't even fill up the gas tank on my truck. So it truly is not a lot of money. Not for a lifetime program that they are continually improving and bringing out more items. There is a 30-day money-back guarantee if you decide you don't like it. Their technical support is handled through email. I have used it just to say that I've used it. They were very responsive. It wasn't instantaneous. It was put the question out and then get an answer the next day, and then I followed it up, and I think they answered again that same day. This is the place where they make their money in addition to the program. So this is something that's really kind of new, and they're obviously trying to sell their effects packs. These are free. Anytime they have free goods, I grab them. But they have a looks like a program here that you can subscribe and get the latest, or I don't know if it's I don't know, I don't follow it. I'm not interested in this. I don't need to continually get effects, but they have a lot of them. And some of them are look pretty interesting.
Retired and prepping filled his car up $32.
Well, okay, so my truck's a little bigger.
You think?
Oh, I didn't know they had a racing pack.
Well, he won't go any farther now.
It's been a while since I looked through this, so I'm just kind of sharing with everybody all the different effect packs that they have. But the fact of the matter is, with some time, you can create your own effects.
Good Lord, 600 onion bulbs. Oi. Last 2 days rototilling. Hey, Carl, if you want to come over, I have some spots you can do. Oh, there's no doubt, Rusty.
Wow.
Andy, Noah's Ark wants you to call in and sing.
We can do that.
Christy's getting a Cadillac. Rusty has one. He leans when he drives. Oh, getting to the farm. CZ is in here. Yes, you get to keep the effects. Correct? Once you download them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as they make improvements to their program, they always add some new effects. They add new transitions, new filters. The music has come and gone. I've had some music that I had early on from them that is no longer here, and I don't know if their licensing to allow it to be free music has gone away or not, but I can tell you that I have had copyright disputes using some of the music out of Filmora. But by simply addressing that and saying, look, I have Filmora, this was in the program, it told me I could use it, the copyright claims are repealed. I mean, it just go away. Matter of fact, I can probably show you one of those.
Miss Ellie, don't you try to get out that bedroom. I want to hear a cat meow and some squealing. Daniel wants to know if there's any effects that'll make the snow go away.
Well, they do have some beach effects and spring effects and summer effects. And why am I not seeing it?
What are you in, our mail?
This is what I wanted to see right here.
Close the mail back up.
Hi, Two Family Homestead. The following claim on video making hamburger soup has been disputed. And this is where this was from the dispute that I put into it, because it took the monetization away from the video. And if any of you out there are creating and have gone through the copyright stuff, it's kind of a pain. So this is where they received my dispute, and that has since been removed. So that's how that works. And all I did was I told them it was edited with Filmora. The music was used through the Filmora add-on. And right now there's they have 51 songs in here of various, what they call young and bright, tender and sentimental, rock, folk, electronic, and everything in here is stuff that it's either been sound effects or stuff I've downloaded from YouTube. So, anybody have any questions? We've been here an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably about time for me to go get something to eat. I've had nobody call in. I don't know if that means I'm doing a good job, or... Let me ask you all for a favor here. If you have a question about any particular item, point of topic for next week, send us an email.
Rusty says they got George Jones.
No, I don't think so. I didn't see that. But
Yeah, nothing that's been in within the last 100 years, that's for sure.
well, all these other people want, they want to get paid for their work.
Not your kind of pizza. Possum on it.
Hank Jr., Johnny Cash.
But Brenda, it's only Tuesday. You can order margarita. Is Grandma back in here? She can order margarita tonight.
Well, we've had a nice little group in here tonight, and I certainly want to thank every one of you for being in here.
Michael, you've been quiet all evening. We saw you at the beginning.
But I have noticed that our turnouts are getting a little smaller. So I don't know if we've used up our help on the Filmora. I just don't know. I don't know if you guys want to continue trying to do a show every week.
Kelly says, I really appreciate the information. I see that you can't use it, but only on one PC. We have it on two.
And that was something that I questioned them. You can't, the way the licensing works is you can't have it on two different computers in use at the same time legally. So what that means is if you have the program, have a licensed copy of the program, you can have it on a PC that you own for at home and one you own for work, and that's all fine. I have a backup copy of the program on Sherry's computer. I have it on my computer. They are never in use at the same time.
Trust me.
For that program.
It's never in use on my PC. Trust me on this.
Well, you've made a couple.
Yeah. How often do I walk away and swear?
Okay, Michael, ask your question.
There you go, Andy.
So you guys kind of let me know. I mean,
Oh,
we like to help out.
he asked a question. Hold on. I need to scroll up. Sorry. I may have been going out trying to find the mouse. I don't see a question. Huh. I don't see a question here.
I see a hello,
Yeah.
but I don't see anything above it. So, Michael, I apologize, but it doesn't look like the pixels are in alignment from your computer to us here on your question. So if you could, please just repeat your question. I'm sorry we don't have it here. One of the wonders of YouTube. Can I edit 8mm home pictures on Filmora? You say 8mm. No, you're not going to be able to edit the film, 8mm film per se. I mean, that's a totally different. 8mm film is a plastic see-through translucent item that if you want to convert it into an electronic file like an MP4, at that point, yes, you can edit it. As far as pictures, yes, they can be edited. And again, just to perhaps show here, let me go back into media, and I'm just going to import a picture here.
Ooh, that would be neat, Brenda.
Okay, so here's a picture. The editing capabilities of Filmora are not that great. They're wonderful for the video file.
Oh my God.
But I can crop and zoom this.
Mud Pie Girl.
I can enhance it. I can change the contrast. The color saturation.
Yeah. There's Kermit. You got it.
The brightness of the picture, obviously. The tint.
No, Zark, did you join in on the live stream Sunday night after the conference? I was really Kermit then. I think we were online till like on 2 a.m. Something like that, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah. So yes, you can edit the picture or a picture. my go-to editing program is paint.net. And this is a program that I use to do all my picture editing. I've just found it to be, it's an open source program, does not cost anything, and I have just found it to be pretty user friendly, and it's able to do anything I want it to do. It has a lot of nice tools. It has the magic wand.
I like you too, Rusty.
And it has the ability to go back. And if you made all your changes and you don't like it, you just close the program and don't save it.
GIMP?
Yes, I'm familiar with it.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. It's also open source, I believe.
But Rusty, Dynamite ran away. You still haven't found him? Yeah, Noah's Ark. That's why my dog has the name of Shadow. Because when she was a pup, I was the one she followed everywhere. A lot like Photoshop and free. Yeah, I like that free stuff. What was it I used to... Oh, Photo Editor. That was a nice program. I used to know that one inside out.
It's pretty much whatever your...
But that came with the setup back then.
Yeah, it's pretty much whatever you're familiar with, what works for you.
Oh, Lord, Rusty, I'm sorry. That happened to my daughter's dog a couple of years back.
Yes, there is. Get to the forum. Yes, there's a few different places where you can send in movie reels and they will convert them to a digital format.
Speaking of converting, I found those slides finally.
Okay, any other questions here for tonight? And you switch it across. We'll just shut off the phone. Nobody's calling me anyway. I feel so neglected.
Well, Brenda said you were going to order pizza anyway.
Well, folks, I've pretty much lost my voice. I see we've been on a bit over an hour. And
You need to eat something and take some cough syrup.
yeah, I'm trying to get rid of this.
I want some hot tea. Everybody have a good week.
Anything you want to say?
I'm going to drag Daryl off the computer.
I'm getting drug away. I like it.
Jeez. Lord help us. I'm wondering about the blend over 2 to 3 photos.
Kelly, you're going to do better with a dedicated photo editor to do something like that rather than Filmora.
Oh yeah, Christian, Australian Shepherd, definitely the blue eyes. Yep, that would do it.
Because you're gonna want to. You may have to change the file type depending upon what you're starting with. And Filmora does not change the file type.
Oh, Brenda, we got home Tuesday night, and I took my chocolate out of the little cute purple, pink tote, whatever color it was that you gave me, and I left it on the island. Got up Wednesday morning, and every package had been opened, and some was missing. It's now in the freezer. He doesn't know where it is. Don't take the laxative and sleep. Touche, Andy. That was good. That wasn't nice to put that up.
Wasn't nice, but what up?
Paybacks are a bitch.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I can put us both up. There you go.
Suggestions. Kelly says, I have two and haven't found a good one yet.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming. We appreciate having you all here. If you have any suggestions or have a question, problem, something you want to see the show take a little direction to or cover, please send me an email. Send it to Family Homestead, and we can certainly do it, because I never know what people want to see. So, okay. We will see you all later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Anything you want to say?
No.
No? Okay. Then we'll draw the curtain.
That shows opening the curtain, Daryl, not drawing it.